Our lesson today is titled, On How the Lord Measures. The Lord weighs things differently than we do. His weights and measures are different because his basis of measurement, his reason for weighing, is different. We look at quantity and frequency of charitable actions. We look at how often a person acts like a Christian. In other words, helping others, giving time, giving money, if wealthy, giving giving their name to sponsor an event, such as the Jerry Lewis Labor Day Telethon for muscular dystrophy. The Lord, in contrast, looks at quality. He examines the heart of the individual. He looks at the purity of intentions. Is the gift being given for the sake of charity? In other words, is it being done to help the group, to ease the suffering of someone, to pay directly for someone's medical care? Or was the gift given to impress someone, to make you look good to your group or to your boss? Or was it done strictly for the tax deduction? Then it is for your benefit, and you are no better off, but often worse off in the eyes of the Lord. When giving in charity, or when giving to God in prayer, always steer clear of the logic of calculation, such as, if I do this, he'll be open to my request later for a baby. I've been so good. He cannot deny me forever. And steer clear of ritualism and formalism. Ritualism is the exaggerated emphasis on the importance of the rites, or the ritualism of the groups, going through the motions but not believing it, not having your heart into your prayers. Very similar but different is formalism. It is very similar to ritualism. One of the 5 dictionary definitions was using forms of worship without regard to inner significance. The Holy Father defined it as adhering religiously and strictly to form and process, but not meaning the words of the ritual or the form. The acts of rituals are more important than the words being spoken. It is via the physical act, the ritual process, that the message is given. Our act of giving to God in prayer needs to be an honest expression of gratitude, as Jesus did for us, in freely giving up his life and saving us. No one asked him, and his men offered to save him, but he declined. This was his gift to us. We must do things as an expression of gratitude, and how the Lord measures, and how he measures in church. As I quote from the Holy Father's lesson, don't put ritualism or formalism ahead of religion in your prayers or your practices. In other words, don't just be going through the motions or making time when you are saying prayers, for he knows. God knows if you are being reverent, being spiritual, or if your lips are moving to say the words, but your mind is in full idle, your heart is gone on arrival, and your faith is out to lunch. In the lesson on Facebook, your heart is GOA, gone on arrival, and your faith is OTL, out to lunch. There are many times when I've stopped midway through a prayer, usually the proclamation of faith, eliminated the thing that was distracting me, that was so attention-seeking that it distracted me so much, often so simple as needing to use the toilet. Then I start over. I don't pick up where I left off, as I had not been giving the one I love my greatest, fullest, and most complete attention. He gives us his full attention every time. Return that courtesy to him. All phones off in church. No excuses. If possible, leave them in the car. Mind on the words you are speaking in church, rather than seeing if you can speak faster than the person next to you. Speak the words to mean something. Don't race so it is incomprehensible to anyone not in the club, and thus already knows the words. Speak clearly, enunciate, so the Lord can understand every word, every syllable that you speak. See that letter at the end of the word that. How do you say it? Do you say it so it sounds like it will manifest the sight of flight? Or is it closer to a side of beef? The drop of the sweet tea sounds falling into a pond, drowning, not saved. Dead, dead, dead. So do deads sound like debts? That is the difference between you and me. Stop mumbling. Why go if you're going to hang your head, never look up, and play with your phone during the scriptures? Then pay attention to the Eucharist, but tapping your foot like, come on, come on, come on. I've given you the obligatory 15 minutes. Give me the horse so I can be good for another week. Focus on these minutes while you are personally saying a prayer, which includes singing a song. Don't cheat or shortchange God. Think on the first part, titled, How the Lord Measures. He measures quality of the process, the purity of thought, the purity of heart and cleanliness of your mind, heart and soul, as you pray to him. You cannot pray with your lips while in the back of your mind you are thinking, what do I need in the grocery store to make all the meals this week? Or planning your schedule for who needs to be driven where and who is still in the doghouse. If you're quietly thinking of the client's return on investment, well, you get a nice annual bonus this year. Does the rate you are charging on eggs meet the use of the cost of materials? Or did you calculate that improperly? What was Bobby doing making out with Carly last night? He must have been so drunk. None of this is appropriate, but it is done during service or Mass. When you are at the Lord's house, focus on the Lord. Focus on the one whom you love. Focus on the one who died for you.